Right, I'm live. My chain is proper ginger.
Oh dear. You gonna give the bikes a clean this afternoon?
I'll give them a wipe, I probably won't clean them. It's only the chain. Because that spray stuff,
Yeah.
it's like repelled all the crap off the bottom of the
Oh, well, that's...
bottom bracket, I think, so I don't have to actually clean quite often. Yeah. Yours is easier anyway, because you've got disc brakes,
Yeah.
so it doesn't. It's actually easier to wipe the frame, because you haven't got the calipers, you haven't got the crap just coming off the calipers. That's where the disc brakes make the difference. Is these, I guess, today. Oh, good morning. Okay, towel, food, bottles. I've not had a warm up at all, so I've not really felt like it, to be honest. I've done enough riding. Well, this will be enough of a ride anyway. I've got I've got one bar left from yesterday. That needs to go on a shopping list actually, and I've got some Velo Forte energy chews, which have 75 milligrams of caffeine in. So I've got one of them. Morning, Michael. Matt, Phil, Daniel, how you doing? Ethan. Early. Like it. Just sorting out the chat and everything. Check on a base day today. I've not gone for the Tron. I've gone for Velo with discs, just because. Okay. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm not. Switch your light off when you're done.
Yeah.
Morning, Islander. There's a group ride going on in a minute. Backpedal group ride. Assuming that is where most people are. If I had some wherewithal, I would join that now, but as usual, I've left it last minute. We'll see if I can. Oh, flipping heck. Oh, my legs. I've just managed to join the Discord voice chat. There's like 30 people there. 30 people all riding their bikes on the group ride this morning. Our first little club event. Group ride. Better get pedaling. I remember how hard these races are, and the blob is massive. Massive blob. Whew. Hey, good morning everybody. Oh. How many miles have I done this week? Good question. I don't know. I'll find out for you. I've done 550 kilometers this week. Sorry, that's not in miles. What's that, about 350 miles? What's the route today? This is Bigfoot Hills. Few climbs, and this bit we're actually doing now is the run into the sprint finish later on. So good morning, Mick. Sorry, I don't know who's in the Discord chat or not. I know I've joined it, but can I move that so we can... Piglet. Ah, I can see. Hey. Nice to see so many names in there. Last Sunday I did a Zwift race to finish off my week of mediocre training. I'm doing the same this week. Only by the time I finish this, it'll be 20 hours. Hopefully, everything goes well over the next couple of days, because I want to get a big week in this week to finish it off, and then I can tone it down a bit for Christmas, or the festive 500, of course. Charlie's woken up with a sore throat. Just as she's starting to get back into things. So, taking a test this morning has come back negative. I got to take a test at some point. But it is the season for cold and flu anyway, isn't it? But as most of you know, I don't actually tend to go anywhere. So the only place I'm going to catch something, even a cold, is from within my own four walls. TSS so far this week, 700. So 700 is not to be sniffed at. Obviously it depends how you accumulate the TSS. TSS is like FTP for me. Love-hate relationship. I'm not surprised that hill climb looked savage yesterday. I caught up on Strava and I was looking at people's rides, and it's a brutal effort, the short ones obviously, but it's how deep they require you to go. It just boggles. And then you end up feeling super drained after it. But we took a group ride out yesterday, which I'm starting to get into the routine of doing now. Only day of the week we can do it, given everybody works and stuff, but it's slowly but surely bringing people back out of the woodwork. This time of year is always difficult with family commitments and the weather. You know, people actually don't want to get outside. So, got to force people out, get them on their bikes, because it's the only way they'll get on their bikes. Bribe them with a coffee at the cafe. And then, yeah. Yesterday was the video I put up last night. I edited it quite quickly yesterday afternoon because it was my mum's birthday, so I wanted to either get that video out last night or get it out tonight. I thought, oh, you know what, I'll just get it out. Doesn't matter what it looks like. So I was shivering at the end of that ride. It was pretty rough. It's not many times that happens actually, although it does happen a couple of times a year without fail. I'll get so cold that, you know, it's one of those where you have to get in the shower with your kit on. Tis the season to be flawed. You got Pursuiter's cough, Marco. That's what they call it, isn't it? The Pursuiter's effort is usually so short on the track. Thank you for the ride on, Gina. Thank you for the ride on, Mr. Rich. So how's everybody's week been? Oh, track session, lovely. Lee Valley is a lovely, lovely venue. Grim outside. I think that's what keeps me going now in the week. I know that it doesn't matter what the weather's like on Sunday. I always hope the weather's really bad on Sunday, because then I can jump on Zwift and avoid the weather. Nice one, Phil. Oh, condo bikes. Absolute class. Absolute class bikes. Shout out to Graham Briggs as well for becoming Masters World Cyclocross Champion. Absolute inspiration. Mentored me for years. Pocket Rocket, Mr. Kickr. Speaking of bikes, I got some bike news coming soon, hopefully. Morning Ian, yeah, it has, isn't it? It has. It's a nice course if you want a bit of everything. Oh, a sticky what? Again. Go away, sticky what? Yeah, I'm a fan of this course because it's not like, it's not super long either, is it? 70k. It's like that hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah, I do miss that. I do miss that part there. But I do get a fair bit of it still with you lot, weirdly. Yeah, I'm quite I'm quite a quiet character, so if I'm in a team setup like that, I'm kind of like the quietest person. And it's the same with Wahoo actually, because we have a Discord channel, and I don't talk a lot. You know, I listen and I read, but I don't talk a lot. Just never have been. I've not been the best really. You know, whenever I've been on a team environment, I've not been the best. Unless something really gets me, I won't really say anything. I'll just adhere to what's been said and whatever tactics we need to deploy. Like, I'll just get on with it. But I'm not very vocal. I'm actually using those Lifeline winter tyres at the minute. 28, cost me like £11 or something. I don't really care what I ride in the winter, tyre wise. That's true, Michael, yeah. I was always the guy who would be put with the new rider sharing a room, because I was the most sort of horizontal, chilled. Look how strung out it is now. This is what always happens here. Good old Russ. Thank you for the ride on, Mick. It is a little bit annoying, isn't it? It's just very surgy on this bit. Oh, this group is massive, isn't it? I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Speaking of fan, I think I need more. Funny you say that, Ian, because a lot of people tend to get a new best 20-minute power on this course. Weirdly enough, from the first 20 minutes, where they get like distanced. See it happen a lot actually. Oh, I'm gonna drop out. What happens when you get a drop out? As soon as that power comes back on, bang! You've got to hammer it. Got to. Everyone knows that, right? You can't like ride at tempo or whatever. You literally gotta get straight on it. As much power as you can do to close that gap. Same in the real world really, but I'm getting a lot of sticky boards. A lot. That's happening more and more recently now. If any of you have noticed that, give me some help. Oh yeah, you definitely have to burn a match, yeah. That is an issue with it. You're getting distant. There's a move, an air rider, and another one. Pinktron's on the move. Did you ever drop that, Katie? I hope not, Ethan. I gotta be honest, I've never used Trainer Road. Never. But what I do quite like is their range of workouts. Like, they have so many. So, like, the average Joe will never ever get bored, hypothetically. And one of the biggest problems with a lot of people's cycling is consistency. So the more varied it is, more consistent they're going to be, and then likely more successful they'll be, regardless if the workouts are good or not. That's my personal opinion, but I've never used it. tell you what, this has been raced hard. Like, there's people attacking now. I've never seen that happen the times I've done this race. And they're pretty savage attacks as well. Ethan, you probably train more than me, and that's not even a joke. You need to, we definitely need to get you involved in some events or something. Because to just train the way you're training, the average Joe can't do that. So it'd be good if you could do things that the average Joe can't do in terms of events. Still a big group, although it definitely split on the KOM back there. Morning here, man. Thank you for clicking. Yeah, but you go for the world record though, Ethan. Come on, with the training you're doing, you've got to be going for the world record. Because most people don't train the way you train just to do an Everesting. A lot of people wing an Everesting and they hardly train for it, and then they just grovel through it. So you must be trying to do it as fast as you possibly can. Ugh. I feel like my legs are slowly coming around now. Ha! The chat. Mr. Laverack will drop this at the volcano com and sold us a finish. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Nick, you must have heard. You must have heard me shouting out his name. You have to come and give him a welcome. Nice to see your face around. Thanks for dropping in. Can't remember where we go now. No worries, Ethan. Mid-Alp. I know I could hear you on Discord, but I have to get some music on, unfortunately, so I've exited for now. I will be back. I hope. Morning, Manuel. Sir Laverack. What? I hope they're joking. Okay, seems like we're definitely going left, are we? No, I think Airman's just been busy with work. Flat out with work. Oh, this is a savage course. It's all coming back to me now. Don't get sticky botts here, please. I'm running 50% trainer difficulty at the minute because that's what Premier League's bare minimum is. I know lots of people that use 0% trainer difficulty. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. Trainer difficulty should be thrown in a bin, like it literally, we don't need to have the conversation. People can use what they want to use because it's all down to the gearing you use, and like not the actual trainer difficulty. But that's what I've read, and I certainly don't really understand I think I used to race on 25. It just depended on what my legs felt like and everything. There was a lot of red on that climb. I know 100% difficulty, training difficulty is needed for if you're doing an Everest day and you want it to be counting towards like legitimate or whatever. Sorry Edmund, I got no experience there. Like today's ride on 50%, I'm going to be in the big ring the whole way. No Michael, makes no difference. Zero difference. What I actually find is, if I use 50% training difficulty, and I do sweet spot, being in the big ring, I can never find a comfortable gear. So what I end up doing is turning down training difficulty slightly, or up, depending on which way I want the chain line to fall. Although, if you're doing a workout, everything is zero training difficulty anyway. I think. Morning Daniel, how you doing? What time is it in Canada? No, Michael. No, it makes no difference. No difference. The only thing I would say is the 100% one would translate probably a little bit easier like for like if you were doing something outdoors. But if you do everything indoors, it doesn't matter. And that's comparing 100% to 50%, by the way. No. Yeah, but Michael, you're talking about fitness, like leg strength. You might as well go to the gym or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna be, yeah, well, you can ride whatever you want to ride. Nobody's telling you to ride 100% or 50% or 0%. It doesn't matter. Ride whatever feels comfortable, and keep doing it forever, regardless what people say. Whew. I hope you guys realize, I know I might seem blunt sometimes, I hope you guys realize I talk to you like you were a mate, so I would be straight. I wouldn't say anything, you know. Basically I'd say the same to people I've always ridden with. So if I sound blunt, I apologise, but that's just how I. That's it, Michael. That's the one. Just enjoy it. And do what you find comfortable. You'll soon find what you find comfortable. You know? It's funny how, like, we always try and find something. Like, even if something's good for us, we always look for something that's better. And sometimes the grass is never always greener. There we are. Thanks for letting us know, Caleb. That's good for you. Do you know what really boggles my brain? Is seeing riders that I race against frequently on here who, and they know they are, they ride like a whole race, like 45 minutes or something, at 60, 65 RPM. And I've never understood how does that work? Like, how would you go and ride outside like that? You wouldn't be able to, because you'd move too quick, wouldn't you? Like, you'd move too fast. It always, like, it makes me think, like, what? They must have, like, a dinner plate of a gear on. Thank you, Caleb. I'm trying to, you probably noticed already. I'm trying to be, the videos, I don't know, I'm trying to be a little bit more straight and not waffle. I'm just trying to, like, bish bash bosh, get the video out, and then rather than, like, dragging the video on by, like, splurging more of my thoughts or just constantly talking, I'm trying to give it a bit more of a flow, and then, like, trying to cut myself off so that I can have a discussion in the comments rather than, like, having the discussion to myself or to the camera. I don't know if you've noticed that, but that's the idea anyway. I'm trying to be a bit more savage with my cut, you know, stop myself from rambling, and I'm quite enjoying it now. And I'm trying to upload 3 times a week, but trying to include 2 days in one video, so it gives you a bit more perspective on what I'm doing, rather than if I do it daily, you know, if you miss a couple of days, you miss what I've done, sort of thing. I don't know, I'm enjoying it anyway. I'm enjoying it. I hope you are as well. Savage, Ed. Savaged. A little bit of a move off the front now. I did see it, thank you. 150 RPM for the win. Katie, I got a giant wooden spoon. I'm going to send it to you in a post for Christmas. You're the biggest stirrer. I'm joking, by the way, I'm joking. We love you, Katie. We love you. I haven't, Caleb. I've sent emails to the right people, I hope. But hey Nick, how you doing? Looking forward to your flight. Getting out of the country. Kate is fueled by burritos. Yeah, Nick. Oh no, Theo. Thank you, Caleb. I was saying, hopefully, they'll British Cycling will notice us and give us that shot, because it does suit me a little bit with a hill finish. Now, granted, it's not long. It would still suit me a bit, but I don't know. Maybe I need to try and make some noise on social media, like everybody else does. I don't know if I can do that though. I find that quite uncomfortable. Maintain position. Even if it means spending some pennies, because I know when this gets strung out, it gets dangerous, doesn't it? With the descent straight away. Hey, buddy. Hey, Mr. Harris. It's big foothills. We're over halfway through, well, just about. It's got everything, and it's a flat finish, sprint finish usually. Although the last climb probably tops out about 6 kilometers, 7 kilometers from the finish. It's that, so it is a good chance for a breakaway, like a late breakaway. It's quite a good event, this one, the Newbury Velo Road Race, because like I said, it is a bit of everything, and it is a lot like a real road race in the sense that, you know, there can be a little bit of tactics on that last climb. Fair play to the other groups coming up here in the other categories. Yeah, we've always got to admire them because they're always out on course longer than you. Like, you know, when you're in the A group obviously covers the race course usually the fastest, or you'd think so anyway. It's a good, it's a nice little hour and a half as well, isn't it? Thank you for that, Mick. Thanks for clarifying. You know how useless I am at remembering the courses. I think we do the Hilly Con reverse last, don't we? So Titans Grove reverse is next. So we've got a fair bit of sort of easy-ish terrain now. It's always great fun coming over the volcano at this point because you have a rather select group at the minute, as you can see. And so now, you know, unless you have teammates, it's now just a case of saving some energy. If you have teammates, you can play a bit of a game where one could go off there, you know, over the top of the KOM, maybe take 3 or 4 with them, and that could be a substantial break because there is such a distance now between the next sort of break-in point. So it can really like make people think twice about how they're going to race the last bit. It's always nice when you can have a little bit of tactics. Thank you. All but a sprinter. So I'm gonna break into my energy tubes. A little bit of caffeine. I agree, Martin. How are you doing anyway? Yeah, that's true, Mick, yeah. So you're whopping 40 grams of carbs. Very easy to eat 40 grams of carbs when it's in a chewy form. Little break. See if I can conserve some energy now. See if I can get some grey into the graph. It's always a fun little... It might not be the same for everybody, but even if you can get blue in the graph, you know, if you're in a race and you're hanging on for dear life and you're always in the yellow and green and red, it can be really good for you if you can just try and get a little bit of blue in that graph, a little bit of grey. I think they do offer some points in some races. Thing is, definitely makes the race harder. So you might get people who get dropped earlier, and then less people want to race it. People still sit in then until it's time to score points, you know. Tell you what, there's no let up here. Still pushing the pace. Hey Graham, thank you. Hope you're well too. Very challenging course. I'm sure we can all admit to that. Well, this isn't going to be an hour and a half by the looks of it. It's going to be like an hour and 40. Straight on you, I think, innit? Oh no, we go left and then we go. Yeah. It does that marker. Oh. Ah, is he blowing up, Patrick? You shouldn't be giving that away. Whew, what power up am I going to get here? Not a burrito. Because people still like trying to sneak away. It's like constantly. Constant attacks in this race. Never seen it ridden like this. You could say the same of me actually, Marco. You know, sometimes when there's a race with a hill finish, you know, I sit in. I know it's not exactly a sandbagging, is it? But I'm not actually doing my fair share. But our little break is going. It's going. And they're coming back just as quick as they went. Dead mode. No, though my legs are pretty wrecked. Racing today, for me, is like racing in a stage race. Like, the way I like connect the two, like the volume I've done this week, you know, 18 hours, and then doing this, the fatigue I feel is the fatigue I feel on like day 2 of a stage race. Or stage 3, and it's like, you know, it allows me to dig quite deep, already under a lot of fatigue, which would only really do if you were training for something that required that. But yeah. So how many in this group? Thank you for the ride on, Bertie. There's about 20 of us in this group. That's nowhere near that cold with you, Brett. And to be fair, I've had my fair share of people saying, oh, that's not cold with you want to come to -10. And the thing is, it's not a competition. I don't see it as a competition. Who could ride in the coldest weather? Let's have another competition. Who could ride in the hottest weather? But it's worth noting that, you know, in the UK, when it gets below 5 degrees, if it's raining and you're not riding very hard at all, which I wasn't, you know, like 100 beats a minute, because I was in the group, you know, it really kills you. So it doesn't matter what temperature it is. If you're already cold, you're already cold. It's horrible though. Horrible feeling. Easy sprint win. We'll see, Marco. Oh, by the way, I've nothing against people riding indoors. It's just, if I can help it, I'll try and ride outdoors as much as possible. I do. Gravel riding. I should have ridden over it, Mark. I'm in comedy gold. It's funny, isn't it? Like, you've always got to remember how much tiredness can blunt the body's response to effort. Like, that was all a red effort there. But it certainly wasn't like it felt hard. But I was absolutely like, I was digging deep in that last bit. It's amazing what doing these efforts under fatigue does for you. Yeah, I say Katie, well we'll have to get Charlie motivated as well. We can plonk you on a group ride. You'd love it down here, by the way. Like, so many psychopaths. Like, we did an 1.5 hour ride yesterday, and like an hour and 10 minutes of it was on psychopaths. So it's like if you ever want to like get more confident running outside, get yourself confident in dodging dogs and babies on a psychopath. Did we lose anybody there on that climb? I don't think we did we? Still got 20 riders. I certainly remember my trip to Canada, Dan. Very nice place. Even if you do get four seasons in one day. The thing is, a lot of the people I ride with, they don't ride on Zwift. Not because they got anything against it. It's just, you know, they like that side of the cycling where you can go out. You know, you're in a group. It's obviously easier in a group, like motivating yourself to get out in all weathers. But there's a lot of people around here that I ride with who don't ride indoors. So my only chance of seeing them is actually riding outdoors with them. And you know, that motivation to stop in a cafe or something. I mean, don't get me wrong, Katie, like some of the roads we have are terrible, but at least we have the cycle paths, you know. Okay, last 10 miles, last 16k. If we want to see 1,000 watts in the sprint, we're going to need 1,000 likes. Actually, here's a good game. For every like that we have, that is the cadence I hit in the sprint. That's a good one. Let's see when we get to 150. Like that, it's getting dangerously strung out here again. It's because it's so fast and twisty and very easy to lose that wheel, isn't it? Meow. Steam off the trainer. Jeez, Martin, how did you enjoy your trip away? There's some snow there, look ahead of me. You're missing it. Whew. Thank you, Paul. I'm okay so far. There's a couple of spicy bits though. Lots of cheese. Oh, I love it. No chocolate then? Or you're a cheese man, you're not a chocolate man? Red wine and cheese. Nothing against that, Martin, nothing against that. I remember it being very windy actually, yeah, when I went to Canada. Oh my God. Another little move off the front. Sneaky move. I was over there for the Tour de Beauce, so we flew from what's it called? Quebec. That's where we were. Quebec. That was interesting. It is, yeah. Love it over there. Group is still together. 15, 16 of us. Seems like half the group it's like half the group want to sprint and half the group want to get away. Possibly. That's what it looks like. Uh, 71 RPM in the sprint coming up. We got a big climb coming up, so everyone's sitting pretty now. I was actually thinking of doing Laverack. Oh, another move. Gotta pay attention now. Here we go, everybody. Last climb of the day. It's nearly over. Hopefully my legs don't give out. Going to run is running. Going away. Going to another level. That's my last power up. Oh, I'm broken. And he doesn't want a super tuck. That's not good. Oh, blimey. Yeah, I am struggling. It's just the fatigue. Fatigue is real. Forgotten what it feels like. Do you think there's going to be any attacks here? Yeah, nobody committed, and we were all hesitating, so and if I go now, I'm just going to be chased, so I can't go. I can't go because that'll be throwing the race away from myself. That's always the issue, and you know, it's a balancing act. Where do you spend your matches? You know, the group speed is still higher. You know, second place is only just there up the road. You know, so it's not over. Yeah, I hesitated, Bob. Well, most of us did, but I think when people look at you, you have to make the move, so I probably lost the race there for everybody. Because they all expected me to close the gap, maybe. But you've got to kind of bounce that off other people if you're not willing to commit to it. I think if I go, I'll just be followed, so that's why it's not mine to play. Now the moves are going, and this is good. Keeps the speed high. Second is caught first, so that plays into their hands. Oh, Fort Minor. Remember the name. Okay, we've got to be careful now. Let me explain what happened there. So okay, I was going to go early, about 700 meters out, and what I was going to do was shoot through the group using my draft power up. But the front two were getting close, so that obviously enticed the group to start going early. So just as I was coming back through the group with my power up, yes, I was slingshotting the two people, but I obviously had to make up more ground because I laid off the back of the group, thinking that they weren't going to jump across to those two. So that's why I mucked up there, and I think finished 5th, even though it's not actually showing it. But yeah, the point was, if I changed the way I'd done that, I would have stayed in the group and then followed the moves that went out to the group early. But I banked on them not going early, and I was going to go early by shooting through the group and then like launching with 500 to go or 600 to go. But you live and learn, don't you? I think, I don't know what happened to the front two, whether they actually got caught or whether they just about stayed away, but we were coming quick on them, weren't we? We were coming quick on them. Oh, rest day tomorrow. Oh. Oh, I feel like I'm absolutely cooked now. Let's have a look at the power graph. It's like a double effort though. I was able to actually get a sprint in, even after working my way back through the group. It wasn't massive though. It wasn't massive. Here we go. Nice heart rate response. That's one thing to take away from it. aside from max heart rate, 181 right at the end. But yeah, I was definitely feeling the stress, and you can see 500 watts per minute, isn't it? Surprised myself there. At the volcano we did just under FTP there. It's about 95% of FTP, maybe slightly more, 97% of FTP for 5.5 minutes. And then yeah, the whole race, what are we looking at, about an hour and a half, 244 watts. So obviously with this race, the normalized power is always higher. It's usually a fair bit higher if you've raced it with a lot of kind of aggression in the sprints and climbs, and then recovered everywhere else. And now that you've watched me ride, yes, you have to ride. Yeah, I give you permission. Or you could have been riding while I was riding. Yeah, 5th. I think it was 5th. Yeah, I'll take that. Ah. Ah. So 100 TSS I actually set aside for this as well, so we're bang on 100 TSS there. Oh. So time 11:15. Blimey. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. I'm gonna love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching. Scott, have you got a video tonight or what? Race? Video? Anything? What was I gonna say? If you haven't watched one of my coldest bike rides ever video that went out last night, have a look. Hopefully I don't make you feel cold if you watch it. That was pretty cold. Are we doing a live watch-along, film watch-along tonight, Scott? The Grinch. Thank you everyone for tuning in, by the way. I appreciate it. See if we can get British Cycling to give everybody some clarity on selection for the World Championships. Please. It would be much appreciated. It would be so fun to train for it and to bring you that. So yeah. Right then. That's my sign off complete. I will catch you all in the week for another video. Take care everyone, and I'll see you soon.